Folks, this is Antoine with Cord Cutter Lifestyle and Tech, and today we're going to be looking at this week's updates, news, information, and product releases for the cord cutters out there. This week ending is September 28th. Today is Friday, September 28th. So from the 24th to the 28th, we're going to be looking at products that's been released and news that's been put out about companies pertaining to the cord cutters lifestyle. So to jump into it, we're going to get into the new TiVo Bolt OTA. If you guys haven't heard about it, you can visit otantenna.com or just go directly to TiVo's website. But the information I found is the Bolt is actually being released today, September 28th, so you can actually go ahead and order it today. The prices started at $250 with a monthly service fee of $6.99 as opposed to the $14.99 with the other TiVo devices such as TiVo Vox. And the service fee just gives you access to the on-screen service guide with beautiful pictures and stuff like that. Now, the new TiVo Bolt OTA will support the TiVo Mini. Now, if you're not familiar with the TiVo Mini, it's a companion to the TiVo Voxes and some other TiVo devices, and that is $179 per TiVo Mini. So if you have a 4-room home and you want to have that TiVo Mini or TiVo throughout the whole house, then you just do the math yourself. You won't need one main receiver, that's $250, and then you're gonna need the 3 TiVo Minis, so that's $179 times 3. So you're getting up close to $1,000 now. What TiVo has said is they're not competing with companies like Amazon or Tableau and all these. They're not really competing with the cord cutter companies. They're really competing with the pay TV companies. The Dish Networks, DirecTVs, Comcast, Cox Cable. They competing with them guys, and it reflects in their pricing, because I worked for Dish Network for almost 10 years, and just seeing the prices of we could say that the Bolts, we could just say that's the main receiver, right? That's going to cost the most. That's going to be the device that your other smaller receivers connect to, and the small receivers are cheaper than the main device, but it's still almost $200 per device. You could do the math. If that, to me, that's a lot of money, and I can't justify getting or dishing out that type of money, that type of upfront money, for devices like this. And that's why people were going to the cable companies, is because they could get the latest in technology without having to actually pay for the receivers. And I could tell you from personal experience, when the Hoppers came out, those receivers were worth, with the technology it had in it. It won some CES awards, and it had the latest technology in it. And those receivers were upwards of $800 plus. For the retail price. So I just can't see myself paying that much for that, But being a cord cutter, you are going to save money yearly. So it may be good for you, but for me it's not, because I know there are alternative options to these type of devices. And only thing is the on-screen guide being beautiful and all colorful and all that, and having everything in one place. I don't really need that. If you're a cord cutter, most likely you're going to be jumping from device to device anyway, in what's a few seconds. I think we're getting too ahead of ourselves when it comes to saving time. What's picking up another remote? That's like half a second, not even half a second. Just to pick up another remote, switch to the inputs or whatever. And you got the Fire Sticks. They have a bunch of apps on them anyway. You could, my best bet, my best advice for somebody, new to cord cutting, I would say, get you a Fire Stick, get you a converter box, get you an external hard drive, and, just go from there, because with the converter boxes nowadays, you can actually connect an external hard drive and just record your programming. Unless you're looking for convenience, this Bolt, it will be very convenient for you. So If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But that's just my opinion. So next, what we're going to talk about is the Fire TV Recast. So Amazon is releasing a companion for cord cutters called the Amazon Fire TV Recast, which is set to be released November 14th, 2018, and you can pre-order it now. The price, I believe, is $279, no monthly fees, so you don't have to worry about paying extra every month or dishing out your credit card every month, to another company, for a minimal service, So Fire TV Recast, it pretty much works through your Fire Stick or any Fire TV device. So you have to have a Fire TV device, Fire TV, Fire Cube, whatever. You have to have that in order for that to work. And with the Fire TV Recast, let's click on this link now. It doesn't, even though it works with the Fire TV device, it doesn't have to be in the same location. So in other words, if your house gets the best reception at the back end of the house, you can go ahead and set up that Recast at the back of the house, because the Recast, you have to connect an external antenna, just like the new TiVo Bolt OTA. You have to have an external antenna for you to get those over-the-air channels. As you can see, the Recast comes in two separate models. You have the 2 tuners and the 4 tuner. So for me, this is not bad of a deal. If I had to choose between a TiVo device, the Bolt OTA, and the Recast, I would definitely go with the Recast, because I am not a fan of paying monthly fees. And that's the main reason for me, But like I said, as you can see right here, the Recast doesn't have to be in the same location. Just put it wherever you're gonna get the best signal, hook it up, and link it with your Fire Stick, and it would allow you to watch a recorded television or watch live TV anywhere. So what you'll have to do is pretty much you set up devices at your home, you set up the Recast, and you obviously have the Fire TV at your house, right? So you download this app onto your phone or mobile device, and you can just watch live or watch recorded shows from that app. So that's pretty much how that works, and it's all free. It's all free except for having to buy the equipment. So I will put that above the Bolt OTA. So another thing I wanted to mention is Amazon has cut prices on a lot of their Fire TV devices. As you can see at the top of the screen, I think this is them getting ready for the release of the Fire TV Recast. They want to make sure everybody is getting their Fire TV devices, so they cut the prices on a lot of their Fire TV devices. Like the Fire Cube, I believe, has been cut to $79.99. I see I had that link, and I had that link in my page on my website. But the Fire TV Cube has been cut to $79.99. Let's see right here. Fire TV Cube. I know I had it on here. I think it only shows in a cart. Let's go ahead and try it. I know I seen something about the Fire Cube price being cut. I don't know if that was only for that one day, which was yesterday. But I know for a fact it's on one of my posts that I posted a link to the discounted Fire TV Cube. It's on sale for $79.99. But getting back to the Amazon price, because they pretty much cut prices on most of their Fire TV devices, and like I said, I believe it's for them to get ready for the Fire TV Recast launch, which is November 17th. Visit Amazon.com or go to otantenna.com for more information on that. And next, we're going to talk about Amazon's new store. Amazon has launched a physical store in Manhattan Soho neighborhood. So it's called Amazon 4-star. So which means they only going to sell products with 4 stars that were rated 4 stars or above by actual Amazon customers. So and also they're going to carry trending items, items that are becoming popular. So, and that's in Manhattan Soho neighborhood. So, you can make it out there, be my guest. Go ahead if you already live out in that area. Go ahead and check it out. It seems like it'll be a pretty cool experience. I always thought about this, like what if Amazon had like actual stores, that people can go into and just buy stuff without having to wait for it, be dropped at their doorstep. So this is a good thing for me. Hopefully they can expand this type of deal. Hopefully they can bring it to more neighborhoods and, let everybody else get to experience that. So, but I'm guessing they just going to see how it's going to work out and then start branching out if it's a successful venture. So the next thing I want to talk about is internet for cord cutters, internet for just whoever. If you want the internet guys, feel free to chime in. Like I said, I worked for Dish Network for a while, and now I'm seeing Viasat commercials, and I'm just kind of questioning. Like before satellite internet, was it was the back door to DSL and dial-up. I mean, not DSL. It was above DSL. It is above DSL and dial-up. It's way faster than DSL and dial-up, and it's just overall better, quicker, functioning, and everything. You get Wi-Fi, but as opposed to cable and fiber optic internet, it was always inferior to those services, and it seems like at first glance, looking at the commercials, you may live in a city and you may think, hey man, this may be something I can get. This may be something I can use, but if you really just listen to the commercial, they say if you're tired of DSL or dial-up, go with Viasat. And I can say from actually seeing it and installing these services, I have customers give me hugs after installing this service because their dial-up was just so slow, their DSL was just so slow. So the service does work. I have installed it for people in the city that loved it. But the one thing is they don't surf that much. But now the difference I'm seeing now is they have new unlimited data plans. Back then it wasn't limited. It wasn't unlimited. So for example, you might get a 10 gig, 20 gig, 30 gig, 40, 50 gig data plan. So if you go over that gigabytes, your data would throttle down to like 500 and some kilobytes per second, which take 3 minutes to load up a simple web page, But now they're offering unlimited plans. If any of you guys out there have this Viasat or DishNet, HughesNet, let me know how it's working out for you in comparison to your old service. And just be happy to chat with you guys about that, because I did install a lot of these to people, mainly people out in rural areas. But like I said, I did them for people in the city who was fed up with the cable companies, giving them the runaround, jacking up their prices without any explanation. Just say, hey, this is the price, you have to deal with it. I've seen a lot of people fed up with the cable companies, but I'm pretty sure the cable technicians have seen a lot of people fed up with the satellite company. So it goes both ways. But and the last thing we're going to talk about, folks, is Amazon Prime members. If you're a fan of Anthony Hopkins, he's starring in a new series called King Lear, Anthony Hopkins, a great actor. Silence of the Lambs, everybody know him from Silence of the Lamb, and he played in this movie with Ryan Gosling. I don't know if you guys can remember that. Let me go ahead and Google it right quick. Gosling, Anthony Hopkins. He was like them new charges. He straight up, Anthony Hopkins straight up shot his wife in the neck, and she didn't die. And she was, at the time, she was in a hospital on life support or whatever. So Anthony Hopkins, he got it close to Ryan Johnson. Was like, yeah, I did this. He told her what he did. But then eventually she passed away, and he Ryan Johnson came up to him and was like, she dead, she gone now. These are new charges, them new charges. It's just, you gotta watch the movie. If you seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's just the way he delivered that line was just like incredible, man. Only he can do that. But I don't know if y'all remember this movie. That movie was called Fracture. Fracture, by the way, 2007. But Ryan Gosling played in this movie. Man, I love movies. I love all types of movies. I especially love like movies that aren't on the big screen. But it was this movie, Ryan Gosling, and I'm getting off topic now. I'm done with my news updates. But he played in this movie where he was like an extreme loner. Like he lived in his brother's garage, and he ended up marrying a sex toy. Right? Man, that's crazy. Like, I'm about to Google it right now. He ended up marrying a sex toy. This is, I forgot the name of that movie. Let's see. And he was just, I think the movie, the point they want to get across is like, or the direction they was going in, is that he was like traumatized by something that happened in his life. I can't remember exactly what happened in his life, but oh snap, we're gonna go ahead and look at it. I forgot the name of that movie. We got Drive. Oh, Lars and the Real Girl. That's it, Lars and the Real Girl. When I say watch this movie, you need to watch it. I watched it about 4 or 5 times. And I actually watched it on a free streaming app. I watched it on Tubi TV, Tubi TV. And if you guys don't know about this, I know these apps are in your Fire Stick, free of download. I use mine on my cell phone, then I cast it to my Fire Stick. But you got Lars and the Real Girl. You got bunch of incredible movies that you might have never even heard of. They're available to watch right there for free. Yeah, you gotta watch a couple commercials, but I mean that's where you take your bathroom break or whatever, But Lars and the Real Girl, I recommend that movie, and I'm gonna hit y'all up with one more movie, and I'm gonna throw out a couple hints on this movie. It has what's his name? Chris Evans, Captain America, and what's that girl name? Hold up, I forgot that lady name. She real petite, real small, got a big smile. Dang, what's that girl name? We about to get to it. And I've watched this movie a lot of times before. You know what? It's not Chris Evans. It's the guy. No, it's Ryan Reynolds. That's who it is. Ryan Reynolds. And, yep, Ryan Reynolds. And I know we're going to see it. Oh, Voices. Yeah, it's called Voices. Raise your hand if you've seen Voices. Great movie. I forget that lady name. Like I said, she got a big smile. Oh, here we go. For Voices. She got a big smile. There she go right there. So The Voices is an incredible movie. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen it, raise your hand. But like the way it's structured, just the way it is, that downtone it has, the actors were great, the script was great. I want to know her. Anna Kendrick, yeah, Anna Kendrick was in there. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. Look at that budget and look at that box office. Man, when I tell you that was a good movie that I never heard of until I opened Tuba TV. At the time I was only using Tuba TV and Crackle, but I switched more over to Tuba TV because Crackle started playing a lot more commercials. Tuba TV, you might get half the commercials of what Crackle got. So, but right now I'm using Pluto TV, Tuba TV, and Crackle. But Voices, you guys have to check this out. Pretty much what he's doing is he's talking to his animals, and the animals are really like a subliminal type of a deal, because really he hearing voices in his head, and he uses animals as like the it looks like he's talking to his animals, but he's really hearing voices in his head. But there's some great scenes in that movie. Great nail biting scenes in that movie. Like, I mean, it's not really horror. It kind of throttles on, I guess I would say, dark comedy. Let's see what the genre is. It's a black comedy horror film. So, yeah, man, he played that role good. Thumbs up to that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today. Next week and the next week, I'm trying to come with something different. But if you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.